Hello everyone, thank you for watching another video brought to you by Vin's Tanks. My name is Nas. Most of the times you are going to meet Vin, who will actually engage with you while he actually delivers your aquarium or your fish tank right to your doorstep. Without further ado, let's go. Okay, what you are seeing in this scene is actually from shot straight from Vin's showroom located in Hillview. I will leave the address of our showroom and its opening hours in the link below or in the Facebook description, and also our contact number so that you guys can actually come forward and talk to us. So what you see from this scene is that the finalized checks has been done to ensure that every piece to make your aquarium fully functioning when it's turned on. Once that's done, Vin, Daniel, will actually wheel out these two items, the tank and the cabinet out from the showroom all the way to the cargo lift towards the ground floor where his lorry will be parked. In this scene, you are probably looking at the sequence on how Vin pushes his trolleys towards the cargo lift and how they load up into the lorries. Take note that every bump, every little turn is being meticulously observed, because one wrong turn, one wrong push, it will actually prove to be quite a very costly and fatal mistake, whereby the tanks may fall, causing it to break or shatter. We don't want that to happen. You see, you are looking at how we load up the fish tanks up into the lorry and how do we actually wrap up the tank or the cabinet to ensure that no scratches are occurred when we are loading up the product on the lorry itself. This would take an additional about maximum half an hour to load up, maybe less, but of course but then again we have to be very careful in terms of our delivery, because the delivery not only starts from the beginning when you reach out to us to ask us about fish tanks, but also until the end. After the prep work has been done, the loading up has been done to the lorry, there will be one team who would usually go forward ahead to scout the area. So I call that the advanced team. The advanced team would usually make it clear so that there won't be any confusion when the delivery team arrives on site. Instead of us troubleshooting things on that point of time, the advanced team has actually settled that already. So in this scene, you'll probably be seeing that the filming of that shot is that Vin has arrived at the location, and there is one empty spot for his lorry to be parked. And that actually ensures that the operation is smooth. There is no stress occurred by the delivery team when they arrive on the location, about no thoughts about where to park or how to unload, or is there a ramp up for the trolley and everything. So it eases the stress levels of the delivery team. As you can see, he just comes, I just point him to the location where to park. This route, go there and there and there. It makes his job smoother, so he can just fully concentrate on the unloading part when the time comes. In this scene, you are able to see that as we pull up to his doorstep or his gate, Mr. Steven is very eager to receive us. You can see from his cheerful looks, his face, although he's wearing a mask, you could just tell that there was a huge smile, a huge grin that you can see from his face. So with arms outstretched, he opened the gates and let us in. Now at this juncture, we do not just barge in straight away. We go inside, we take a look at his current fish tank. As you can see from the video, he has a huge arowana. This arowana fish is about 10 years old, as I mentioned before in this video, and it's actually at the bottom encasement, the bottom tank, where this arowana is being kept. So the top tank, as you can see there, from what Mr. Steven actually mentioned to us, is that originally the arowana was actually housed in the upper tank, okay, but this arowana is a little special, whereby it reacts to the household members, okay. It doesn't like to have, you know, things blocking its view. If it's hungry or anything of that sort, it would throw a little fit. If there are interesting experiences that you can share, please let us know in the comment sections below. Now, back to the segment where we enter into Mr. Steven's house. Yeah, you could see that his tanks are really old. The upper tank, which is near empty, right, there's actually cracks or dents. That has been caused by the arowana itself. So what Mr. Steven mentioned was that the arowana was in a bit of a fit. It bumped into the upper casing, causing it to shatter. That's why he had to buy another tank, and it's where it's being kept right now, as you can see. So right at this moment, you could be thinking, oh, this could be a very challenging moment for us to undertake. When we take out the old tanks, number one, the very first thing that we have to do is to try and make space as much as possible for us to work. We have to create a very safe working environment. We have to ensure that there are no harmful objects around, like knives or pointed objects, sharp objects that's lying around, sensitive items such as your television, for example. Like Mr. Steven's house, there was a TV next to the balcony, and we had to think about whether the sliding door could be, slid out for us to access the back and everything. So this part of the whole delivery process is very important for the team to undertake. The second thing that we have to do is to try and drain out as much water as we can, but just enough not to startle the fish too much. So that's the second step that Vin undertook, to drain out existing water out from the tank into the temporary blue tank. Half of the water has been pumped out, okay? Then we can shift the aquarium, the old fish tanks aside, and we can start moving in the new fish tanks into the existing premise. As you can see, after we have set up the aquarium, the top and bottom cabinet has been attached. Vin will proceed to install the filter media into every filter cabinet, every filter compartment inside the lower cabinet. So if there are cotton wools, there are 3 trays of cotton wools supposed to be put with the first batch of filtration process. He will take it out fresh in front of you. You can see that it's not stained, it's not moldy, it's fresh out from the bag, and he will actually install it into your filter trays. You can see the rolls of filter that look like little hard, it's a form of filter media. Vin will lay it out nicely into the compartment, and also the nano filters, he will ensure that it's not torn or broken in any way. So even for the pumps, he will ensure that it's pumping correctly. In addition to that, the drainage outlets, okay, he will also ensure that everything's fixed to ensure there is no leakage from beneath when everything is running smoothly in the later part of the installation process. We would have to fill up the new tank with at least half the tank with fresh water, and then we pump back the old water from our temporary holding tank back into the new aquarium that you can see from the video there. Now here comes the difficult part: transferring of your fish from your old tank into the new one. This, from my opinion, requires a lot of experience and skill and patience to properly transfer your fish into the new tank. From my observation when I was filming it throughout the whole time when Vin was handling the arowana fish of Mr. Stevens, okay, as we know, this arowana fish is indeed a very intelligent creature. It's huge, it's old, and a little bit fussy, okay? So it actually represents a very challenging task for the person transferring the fish from the old tank into the new one, because we have to avoid any startling events. Because if the fish is startled, of course it will try to, you know, wriggle or squirm in the fish tank. It will might just jump out, and that will prove another challenging task on hand. So it has to be done in a very precise and careful manner from the first attempt. Now, Vin took 2 or 3 attempts before he successfully transferred the fish into the new tank. And this is my very first time watching someone transfer a fish from one medium to another medium. I'm not being biased, but I have to say that Vin in his nature, he's a very patient person, very humble, and, you know, very soft-spoken person. So he's the right person. And as you can see from the video, Vin lays out the plastic bag, right, in a very careful manner. He lays down the whole plastic bag to fill up most of the width of the tank, okay, to ensure that the most bottom part of the plastic touches on the bottom part of the old tank, and tries to enlarge the plastic opening as large as he can to ensure that the fish just goes in smoothly. But as you can see from the video, we had help from Mr. Steven. Okay, as you can hear, Mr. Steven is talking in Mandarin, okay, to the fish. Okay, be a good boy. Yeah, okay, don't be like this. Don't be naughty, or some sort of that. Okay, those who can translate, just translate in the comment section. Basically, Mr. Steven is coaxing his fish to, you know, to comply with Vin, and it worked. So I'm astounded, I'm surprised by this whole scenario, and it assisted Vin with his job. After the successful attempt, okay, Vin backed it up in one swift motion with ladder for the new tank, by the new tank already standing by, and he just laid out smoothly, and we had help, of course, from Mr. Steven. So fish lovers, existing fish owners out there, if you can communicate with your fish, right, okay, that will be a plus point for us. So please reach out to us, and we will try to do all this for you. That's it for our video on the delivery to a customer that lives in Pasir Ris. I would like to say on behalf of Vin's Tanks, thank you, Mr. Steven, for purchasing your fish tank from us, and we hope that your new aquarium will last you for years to come. And we hope that your fish will be very happy in its new home. And for the other customers who's watching this video, if there are any questions, anything you'd like to ask us, please ask away in our Facebook page or through our contact forms that's available on vinstanks.com. My name is Nas. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.
Hey, hey,